Hi, I felt inspired to do a mini card pull for the Aquarius full moon. So I'm going to keep it short, and I already said my little prayer that this be in the highest good of all that tune in. And yeah, this is what I pulled. So it's kind of a little bit of a paradox, the energies here. The main starseed card has this just totally expansive feeling. Like, not only is she diving into the water, it's like diving into the universe, like a deeper soul calling, some kind of resonance to an alignment. That you've just almost been like dying to swim in those waters, right? So there's this like encouragement to go there. And I'm not going to read the description, but the description itself kind of had this essence of like, give yourself permission. So I feel like that is probably if you don't watch any more of this, is give yourself permission to go forth, go forward with something that's like been calling you, or a goal you've been working towards, or like a deep, how do I even give this word? It's just like, if it's in the depth of your being and it's been calling you, like, this is just saying go there, do it, say yes, don't hold back, give yourself permission, like. And then the visual is just really beautiful too. It's really beautiful. I feel like the words are saying like, go for it, like all cheesy cheerleader style, but the image speaks to me a little bit differently. The image has this like diving inward to reclaim something. Like the universe is a big place, but because she's diving into the eye, and like the eye being the window to the soul, there's this element of like going within the self. And I'd even say with water, that could be going into the emotions, processing the emotions, and or like the subconscious itself, right? Like the soul is really deep. It's said that we use like 10% of our conscious mind. So what's going on in the other 90%? I've always felt like you could do affirmations till you're blue in the face and get like really good at that 10%, but if there's something that's going to drag you under, that's unresolved in the subconscious, like, that's going to win out. And so while this card is really positive, I also feel like when I look at it, I feel like there's a retrieval, like a soul retrieval happening. So it's less about going out and doing and more about going within, and then the outside's going to reflect that. And this might not be a message for everyone, but I feel like a lot of people, not a lot of people, like a lot of you listening to this have kind of been in this process, and I would definitely say that it's a process, and we could be at different stages in the process. And I'm also hearing the message, don't judge where you are in the process. And also, like, Aquarius can be like the fractured, like a sense of fracturing, or multiplicity, like all the stars in the sky like are so beautifully put in this card. But it can also be like a cracking open, like it's shattering the old stalemate for something new, is how it often gets described. And I don't really like just regurgitating that, but just to honor the energy of the moonlight that is currently being cast right now. It's like, I feel like this card is saying, like, go retrieve a fragment that you've lost so that you can continue on your journey. So it's not necessarily like a go force anything to happen. It's like, for me, this isn't what I read in the guidebook, but for me, looking at this, it's that, like, there's some lost piece that needs reclaimed in order to heal, in order to move forward. And when that can be like fully embraced, and when you can just like submerge yourself in that without fear, it's like, then the change is going to happen and the yes is going to happen. So that's what I'm getting for that card. And then just also kind of this like reminder that Source is with you, Source is watching you, your guides are with you, your guides are watching you, like no matter how sticky or tricky things feel, or whatever kind of holding pattern you're processing through, whatever uncertainty you're facing. Just when I look at this card, I just see this like her little feet are sticking up, you know, like a whale tail. And whales are just profoundly wise creatures. And feet, Pisces rules the feet, but Aquarius is the last sign before you get to Pisces. So what am I trying to say here? Just like, it sounds cliche, but this like, don't be afraid to get wet, whatever that means to you. And then what's interesting though is this was actually the first card I pulled out of my White Sage tarot deck, and it's the Two of Swords reversed. So why I say it's paradoxical is because this card is saying go in, and then I would say the Two of Swords is saying pull back. Like something needs some space to really breathe. It's like trying to force peace or a solution or the way you want it. Not only is it the stalemate of the traditional Two of Swords, it's like a mental, like it's just like spinning wheels and it's burning gas. And so I feel like the message in this card is saying pull back. And that doesn't negate anything that was just spoke about in this card, but maybe this very strong reminder to bring the observer online for whatever you're witnessing. And don't suppress, don't judge, don't be hard on yourself, right? Just give it some space, which Aquarius can also be space. It's an air sign, so, and then, you know, the swords are air, so like a lot of kind of mental activity where you can get really ungrounded or just be like lost in the Milky Way. And there's like these green rubber bands in the center, and you don't normally see that in the traditional Two of Swords, and I feel like that's like a reminder to come back to the heart. While giving something some space to breathe. I just keep hearing that something needs some space to breathe, like something, your thoughts, or like someone's thoughts, or there's like a suffocating quality and it just needs some air. Like it literally needs some air, some space, some like set it down. Observe without judgment. You know, like the whole concept of being the witness, being your own witness. And which can be really helpful if you're going through anything painful or traumatic, to have that with you. So you don't have to stop anything you're going through, but it can kind of be like a friend, or like, you know, the little critter on your shoulder keeping you company, just a presence there too, which is really hard to remember in those states, but that's why the message wanted to come through. And then this card is interesting because there's like a lot of animals happening. It's actually the puma card, but I just find it interesting that we have the raven and the owl, which have been like the theme showing up in all my card pulls this year. We have the 4 directions, the circle, I'm not sure what creature that is down there, peacock, and then another winged bird, and then the full moon. And just, that's like such beautiful artwork too. The owl, the puma, and the raven just keep showing up all year. When I say my little prayer, I ask that like my own stuff doesn't interfere, but I don't know, maybe it is, because there's like the wisdom, the not being afraid of the dark, the creating from the dark. You know, the puma is like powerful creature of the winter, and also just this like heavy protection energy. In the back of this card, I'm not going to read it all, like, but it's saying it's power, desire, and healing. So like I feel like there's some potential to reclaim some power we've given away this moon, and then some healing and desire. And so this is talking about awakening energies and desires that can lead to healing and fulfillment. So there's a message of fulfillment. And then just this little part, completeness within the inner psyche was a means towards greater self-awareness, which I think also really supports this going within to find that and making that where we need to go. And if that's a little bit treacherous at the point, pull back mentally, connect in to the heart, and just, you know, we associate the heart with like love, but so many of us have not been taught unconditional self-love that I just want to remind you that like I love myself no matter what. And that can be easy to say, and you know, if the subconscious energies doesn't agree, it almost spits it back out, right? But if you do like a heart opening yoga class, or it's like not always so easy to go into the heart or go into the body, because that's all in the present moment. And so it doesn't force you into the present moment, but that's the allure of the mind, right? Because you don't have to be here now, but like here it's always just happening now, and that's where the reclamation of power is. And can you jump in to that to find whatever has been fractured or lost? And just bring as much unconditional love to it as you can. So I feel like that's complete. That's the message that wanted to come through for the full moon. I just wanted to do like a little offering in honor of it. and I hope you're all well. Love you.